What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video, man. And you already know what I need you to do. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell, because it does go a long way with helping out the channel. If this is your first time, welcome to Hold My Nuts Podcast, where we talk about everything semen retention and no fap. If you already been rocking with your boy, man, you already know the love is real. Without further ado, man, let's get right into the content today. Today's video is female nature is changing male nature. Female nature is changing male nature. And this is a huge problem. The powers that be are influencing women to seek out validation from men in order to extract man's most potent life source. In return, these women get validated, and the balance of power begins to shift between male and female, but not in a good way. It's three things that happen. Well, let me just give you the backdrop here real quick. Let me build this up for you guys real quick, okay? So technology has changed everything, okay? Technology is a disruptive force, and it has changed the dynamic between men and women. And you ask how? Well, I'm going to tell you. Back in the day, girls used to desire to be a Victoria's Secret model. Maybe some of these young girls from an early age wanted to be a Playboy model. Okay, but nonetheless, to be a Victoria's Secret model or to be a Playboy model, to be in one of those magazines, it was shooting blanks in the dark, man. It was really, really hard. You got millions of girls trying to get maybe 10 spots. It's going to be one cover girl who's going to be the centerfold. And then you're going to maybe have 10 other models that they're going to showcase in these magazines. And everybody else was going to be left out. So if you weren't one of those few women that were chosen to be a Victoria's Secret model, or you weren't one of those women to be chosen to be a playmate, then what did you do? There was no social media. There was no place for you to flaunt your goodies. There was no place for you to have an outlet to display to the world what you have to offer from an appearance standpoint. So what could you do? You had to be a woman, right? You had to just be a woman, which is cool, which is fine, which is beautiful, right? But guys weren't, their mind state hadn't changed because female nature was still the same. You had a select few of women that was actually showing all their goodies in these publicized magazines, and everybody else was the same. We were all playing on a level playing field. Technology comes into play, and you have things like MySpace, Facebook, and then the big one was Instagram. Instagram allowed for women to become models without having to seek approval from Victoria's Secret or Playboy. They can actually take pictures, hire a photographer, take pictures of themselves, and then they can upload those pictures on their Instagram platform for the world to see. And as people start adopting these different social media platforms, this is how technology is beginning to disrupt and change the behavior that men and women have between one another. Right? So now that women do no longer have to seek the approval of Victoria's Secret and Playboy, because they can put their stuff out there and let the world decide if they're beautiful or not. And that's exactly what has happened. That's exactly what is happening. And as a result of this, it is changing the dynamic between male and female, the dynamic between that interaction with one another. So now a beautiful woman goes on to Instagram. She's showing all the goodies, and she's taking these seductive photos, and she's doing all these things, and she's reeling these men in. These men are liking pictures. Liking pictures, commenting, DMs. And this is going to start from a local level, because you're going to begin your friends on your social media. So people are going to know who you are from a local standpoint. And then, you may build a bigger audience, and then it gets, national and international. Next thing you know, these dudes flying these girls out, all from a DM, from a picture that they saw. Oh, I got to have that. Right? Now the dynamic is changing. But here is the thing. Women in this particular case, and I say this loosely, have the advantage. And I say that loosely because when you're practicing sin and you're doing things that are not from a high level, are not divinely inspired, your way, your path is going to end in destruction. But for the sake of argument, they have the advantage. And the reason they have the advantage is because men are aggressors. We go out, we hunt. We're not going to sit back and wait for a girl to come talk to us. We see a beautiful woman, we are going to approach. That's in our nature. That's in our DNA. We approach. And with the advancement of technology and this divide or the shift that's happening rather, between men and women and how the interaction is going, when men can see a plethora of beautiful women on a social media platform and you have enough people on that platform, men attack. And all women have to do is sit back and wait for the world to validate them. And once this starts happening over and over and over and over again, female nature begins to change. Oh, I don't have to be an actual good person to get validated. All I have to do is post these seductive pictures and men will gravitate to me if they like me. And if they like me, now I have an inbox of requests, messages, likes, validations, and I can sift through these like an employer who's trying to employ people during the Great Depression. This is what I mean by the advantage. These women are like CEOs of companies. There's a Great Depression going on, and it's only one job available. Knock the V-box. And these guys are applying for this position. And all she has to do is sit back and wait. Why? Because innately, men are aggressors. They go after what they want by nature. That's what we do. So in this regard, they don't have to put forth any effort. They just sit back, post their prettiest pictures, most seductive pictures. And by nature, because guys are sight stimulated, we see it, we like it, we go after it. They sit back and there's an influx of male energy that comes to them. An influx. So with technology disrupting the interaction between male and female and changing the paradigm of how this interaction goes, it's putting men in a bad predicament, and it's also putting women in a bad predicament. Because women, they get used to being validated. They get used to having guys say, oh, you look so pretty. You're so this, you're so that. I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you. But you got a million dudes saying that. So now your values of what you're looking for in a man are blurred because there's so many coming at you. You have so many options. And because you're not focusing on true internal things, obviously, because you're putting your body out there to attract men, you don't know what to look for anymore. And men in return, because female nature is changing, they're no longer going after you guys. They're just putting their stuff on social media and we're flocking to it. So this is what happens. This is what is happening with female nature. You have three options, three ways to respond to female nature. Number one, female nature is going to either create a simp, somebody who's just going to give in, who's going to bow down, who's going to do whatever these women want because they have no self-respect. Option number two, you're going to turn men into whores. They're going to say, listen, this girl got about 20 dudes in the inbox. I'm not going to waste my time. If she let me knock her off, I'm going to knock her off and I'm going to move on to the next. But I understand what's going on and I'm not going to get caught up in it. I'm going to get mine and I'm going to get out. And then your third option is you can retain and you can follow the righteous path and you can keep it moving regardless of what's happening in the outside world. And we can trust that God is still going to bless us with whatever it is we need. So here are the implications of this. You start simping, you lose all self-respect and dignity. You take option number two. You turn into a male whore. Now you're getting diseases. You got multiple baby mamas and you got baby mama drama. You're not following your goals because you're so focused on knocking off as many females as you possibly can. And now you're looking at women from a standpoint of just being mere objects. You become a womanizer, right? These women are they're all scandalous. You leave no room for a good woman because the majority of these women are out there seeking validation without having anything inward, any substance from within. Or you can take the path that we are on, semen retention. You can retain your seed. You can build your life up. You can use that energy. You can have stabilized emotions. You can see what's going on from a high level. And you can build yourself, build your business, build your empire. And everything that the world has to offer will be attracted to you because you are the anomaly. You're the anomaly. You are what is different. We let these two entities duke it out. Female nature that's been changed because of technology. And then you have the male nature that is either turned simp or whore. And you let these two, you let them bang it out. And kill themselves. Bad relationships, bad marriages, kids out of wedlock, just a whole bunch of filthiness going on because they've allowed the technology to change what they should actually be doing, or how they should actually be responding. Those are your three options. The third option is the best option because you are going to get everything and more if you retain. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added unto you. Problem is, we're trying to skip over that. Nah, let me hit that real quick. If she let me hit it 4, 5, 6 times, I'll do that. But by the time she cut me off, I'll already have another shorty. Or this dude, listen, man, I know, listen, I give you a couple hundred. Let me touch that. Let me get up on that. So now this dude is headed down financial ruin because he's giving himself away to so many women because he has an addiction. He's watching porn and he's giving into female nature. If you're watching porn, you're definitely giving into female nature because female nature is what is being expressed, is what you're clouding your mind with when you're watching porn. Guys, we got three options, man. We can be a simp, you lose your dignity. You can become a male whore, and you can appear to be manly. You can appear to be the guy who has all the girls, but we already know what you're getting. You're getting baby mama drama. You're getting diseases. You're getting all of that. You're getting drugged to court. You're getting all of that. Also, people could say, oh, he got a lot of hoes. He got a lot of hoes. Or you can be on the righteous path and you can be chopping away at your dreams and goals, building an empire, taking advantage of the time that God has given you. And you can reap the rewards from that. But if we're not careful, guys, female nature is going to change male nature if you don't have this insight. You're going to let your male nature get changed to you being a simp or you being a whore. And neither one of these situations are going to end well for you. And the woman in return, she's going to be left desecrated. She's going to be desecrated. Because by the time she figures it out, women, their best years are in their 20s. That's when it's the wettest. That's when it's the tightest. Okay? Once you get past that, you start having a couple babies. These women start getting, you know what I'm saying? They start to lose that luster because the new wave of young girls come into play. You understand what I'm saying? Men hit their stride usually when they get into their 30s, their 40s, because now they're more established, they're more mature. But if men aren't careful, they're going to miss their wave. Most guys, you see these stories of these guys, they always give them a younger girl, somewhat 5-10 years younger than them. Women don't understand this. Women don't understand the glory years are when they're young. Once a woman can't have kids anymore, their value is going down. It's going down because the young girls can provide kids. It's wetter and it's tighter. That's just what it is. But the world will have you behaving in manners that are not beneficial for you, but beneficial for the powers that be. They'll be taking all the money and you will be taking all the negative benefits from the things you're doing. Men and women alike. Men extracting the seed, not having that energy to actually build up and elevate to the next level. I watched an interview with Elon Musk, and he was trying to tell the guy who was interviewing him that semen retention was the way to go without saying semen retention. He was like, why would you waste all your energy on having sex when that energy can be used towards building something great? Some people actually really understand this and know this. Some people really understand, and a lot of times they'll give you the information right in your face, not even a secret. But because we're so conditioned by society, we ignore it because we're watching all these rap videos. Everybody got hoes. But what they don't tell you is that life is not going to bring you what you really want. It's not. It's not going to give you what you really want. It's not going to bring you what you really want. Don't allow this new female nature to change your male nature. Practice semen retention. Practice semen retention, man. Get your life together. Get discipline from practicing semen retention. Elevate, because if you can control a sexual urge, it's going to prevent you from doing a lot of hideous things. It's going to prevent you from committing adultery. It's going to prevent you from fornicating. It's going to prevent you from being tempted to commit acts like rape. It's a lot of sick things going on in the world today. Human trafficking and all these different types of things has a result of lust and not being able to control one's sexual desires. We got to level up, guys. We got to trust in the Most High. We got to follow the righteous paths because these ways are going to allow us to elevate. I did a video, man, about not giving your strength, your vigor to women and to these things. These people, they ruin kings. They bring a king to ruin. Don't spend your energy chasing after vain things. Understand the qualities of, that you should be looking for in a mate, in a woman, and focus on that and focus on yourself. And you're going to elevate, because the woman that's next to you is going to be very instrumental in how far you go. But if your attraction for women has been warped by watching porn and believing these ideologies about what women are supposed to be, half dressed and naked, these women can't do anything for you. They can't help you elevate. They can't help you get money, right? And if you lose it all, guess what? You're going to lose them too. And then you're going to be right back in a situation where you're like, damn, what do I do? Should have listened, man. Should have watched these Hold My Nuts videos, baby. And every other YouTube channel preaching this truth. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm out. I'm going to holler at you guys in the next video. Hold My Nuts podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to holler at you guys in the next video. Peace.